What if I told you that you don't need a $250 monthly AI subscription anymore? What if I told you the creators making the most AI content right now aren't using one tool? They're not paying for one platform. They're not locked into one credit system. They built a workflow. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do the same thing. Let me tell you about the mistake I see creators making every single day. They find one AI video tool. They fall in love with it. They start creating content. And then they hit the wall. You know what I'm talking about. The daily credit limit. The watermark slapped right in the middle of your video. The quality that looked amazing in the demo but looks completely different when you actually try it. And then the worst one, the subscription price. $40 a month, $100 a month. Some of these tools want $250 a month just to remove a watermark and give you a few extra generation. Here's what nobody tells you. The creators generating hundreds of AI videos every month aren't spending that kind of money. Most of them aren't even spending $50 because they understand something most beginners don't. No single AI tool is designed to do everything. Every tool has a strength. Every tool has a weakness. The moment you try to squeeze one tool into every part of your workflow, you hit those limits fast. But here's the fix. You stop depending on one tool and you start building a system where every tool does what it's best at and hands off to the next one. That's the workflow we're building today. We're going to cover 4 free tools, the best image generators, the best video generators, the complete workflow I actually use, and the biggest mistakes you need to avoid. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete system you can start using today for free. Let's go. The first tool is Arena AI, and this one is different from anything else in the list. Arena isn't just a video generator, it's a comparison platform. Arena gives you access to dozens of AI models, text models, image models, video models, all in one place. And the way you actually use it for video is through something called battle mode. Battle mode is the secret weapon here. When you type in a prompt in battle mode, Arena doesn't generate one video. It generates 2, using 2 different AI models at the same time, side by side. Now you can compare them, pick the winner, and over time you develop a real sense of which models are producing the best results right now. Not 6 months ago, right now. And that's the key word, right now, because Arena also has a leaderboard. The leaderboard shows you which image models and which video models are currently ranked highest based on real user votes. So instead of guessing which model is best, you check the leaderboard, find the current top performers, and use those. Arena also has direct chat, which is more like a standard one-on-one conversation with a model. That's useful for tech and code tasks, but for video specifically, battle mode is where you want to spend your time. Now let me be honest about what Arena is and isn't. On the positive side, you get access to multiple models without subscribing to each one individually. Battle mode helps you find the strongest output quickly. The leaderboard keeps you updated without having to do your own research. On the negative side, Arena has tight credit restrictions, especially on video. You're not going to use Arena to generate 100 videos. You're going to use Arena to test, compare, and identify the best model, and then carry that knowledge into the rest of your workflow. So should you make Arena your main AI video generator? Not quite, but the reason why will make a lot more sense once I show you what the other tools can do. Keep watching. Alright, tool number 2, and this one surprises people. Meta AI. Yes, the free Meta AI that's already available on your phone, in your browser, and probably somewhere you've already used and ignored. Here's the thing about Meta AI. Most creators use it wrong. They type in a prompt and ask it to make a video, and the result is fine. Nothing special, but that's not how you use it. The correct workflow is image first, video second. You type your prompt into Meta. Instead of requesting a video directly, you request an image. Meta generates 4 image options from that one prompt, 4 completely different interpretations. You look at all 4, pick the strongest one, refine it if you need to, change the lighting, adjust the style, get it exactly where you want it, and then, and only then, you animate it. Meta gives you 2 options for this. Animate is the quick version. Click it and Meta adds natural motion to your image. Wind in the hair, a slight camera drift, ambient movement. It works well for scenes that need subtle light. Custom animation is when you want control. You describe what should happen in the video, what moves, what direction, what kind of motion. The more specific you are, the better the result. Now I have to be upfront about something. Meta adds a watermark to its videos. That's the real limitation. For drafts, for testing, for getting a feel for how a scene moves. Meta is excellent, but if you want to remove it without ruining the quality, I've already made a complete step-by-step video. You can watch it after this one. And the biggest mistake I see people make with Meta is skipping the image step entirely. They go straight to video generation and wonder why the results feel random. Always start with the image. Get that image right. Then animate. Tool number 3. And this one is genuinely underrated. Google Flow. Flow is built on two of Google's most powerful AI systems, Imagen for images and VO for video, and the combination is impressive. But the thing that makes Flow different from everything else we've talked about is characters. Here's the core problem with most AI video workflows: consistency. You generate a video of your protagonist, looks great. You come back the next day and generate another scene with the same character, and suddenly she has different hair, different clothes, a completely different face. Flow solves that with characters. You create your protagonist once, you describe them, generate an image that captures exactly who they are, and then save them as a character inside Flow. Now every time you need that character in a new scene, you call them up. Flow keeps them consistent, same face, same look, same identity across every single clip. For people building story-based content, faceless channel content with recurring subject, or any kind of serialized AI video, this is a massive advantage. Flow also gives you free image generation through Imagen, which is one of Google's strongest image models. High quality, strong prompt understanding, good detail. For video generation, there are daily limits, so you want to save Flow's video credits for your strongest, most important clip, the ones where quality and character consistency matter most. Here's the practical tip. Use Flow for character creation and for your hero shots. Save your wand generations for everything else. That's how you stretch your free limit without sacrificing quality on the clips that actually matter. And that brings us to wand, the backbone of the whole system. Wand is different from everything else we've covered today because of one thing: free mode. When you open wand, you'll see an option to use credit. There's a toggle, and by default, it might be switched on. Turn it off. When credits are turned off, you're in free mode. Free mode means you can keep generating. There's no hard daily cap that shuts you down completely. It's slower, the queue is longer, but it's free and it's real. Now, wand also gives you daily free credit. Claim them every single day. Use those credits for your faster generation, the ones where you need something quickly or want to test a specific motion. Once your credits are gone, switch back to free mode and keep going. Here's the quick decision rule. Use Flow when you need a specific character to appear consistently, or when quality is the top priority for that particular clip. Use wand when you need volume, when you're generating B-roll, background scenes, establishing shots, or any clip where consistency isn't the main goal. Together, those two tools cover almost everything. I want to leave you with one idea. The goal was never to find the perfect AI video tool, because that tool doesn't exist. Every platform has limits. Every credit system has a ceiling. Every free tier has a wall. The goal is to build a system where no single wall can stop you. When Flow runs out of video credits for the day, wand keeps going. When wand's queue is slow, you're already editing the clips you have. When Meta's watermark is a problem, Flow steps in for the final output. Every tool covers the gap that another tool leaves open. You now have the full system. 4 free tools, the best image and video generators ranked honestly, a step-by-step workflow you can follow right now, and the 7 mistakes to avoid from day one. The only thing left is to start. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more creators find this content. Drop a comment and tell me which tool in this workflow surprised you the most, because I read every single one. And if you want more breakdowns like this, more free AI workflows, more tool comparisons, more honest content about what actually works, subscribe. I post every week. I'll see you in the next one.